Breaking news, breaking news, breaking news. That's all we got is breaking news. I'm going to get hyped today. This is what it is, so y'all understand. Judge Ural Glanville in the Young Thug trial has been ordered to get off the case. He's been fired, nude, finished, gone, end of it. You've done enough. Y'all did enough to penalize and create these false allegations against us. If y'all been with us, you know that mean black people. You know what I mean? Long enough. And they use our own people to poison us. And then now they got a new tool to help poison us called social media. You know what I mean? They use social media to poison us. If you're not subscribed, subscribe. If you're already subscribed, hit the notification bell. I'm going to say it again. To all my peoples, because we're getting a lot of regular repeat viewers, make sure you hit the notification bell. Let's get this thing popping. This is how we do it at the Mecca. And of course, cop the book of Ruin Harlem at ruinharlem.com. All right? Let's go. I'm hyped. Keep it going. Keep it going. Keep it going. Keep it going. Mecca what? Mecca audio. Mecca what? Mecca audio. Mecca what? Mecca audio. Mecca what? Mecca audio. I like the way it's going down. All right, you know what it is. You know what it is. I'm ready to get started with this one, man, because this one's going to be a good one, because y'all need to really wake up. This for the youngins and the elders that's out there doing their thing on the block, doing their thing with the credit card, doing their thing on the computer. Whatever you're doing to break the law, know that they got house triggers like this, man. Look at this man over here. All right, where he at? Look at this man right here. This is what they got in the courtroom, and they threw them up there because they the same color of us as us on the outside, but on the inside, they what we call during my days are Oreo. That's why I'm wearing this black and white today. Judge Ural Glanville, who had overseen the case for more than 2 years. 2 years this case been going on, the longest in Fulton County's history, must also step down, from the case for meeting with prosecutors and a key witness without the defense. Gunshots, gunshots, gunshots. Not only do we got rat bastards we got to look out for, we also got these type of Oreos to look out for. Just to let you know what it is. I don't care who don't like it, because they don't like when you give it to them raw, because, for some reason, Washington got everybody being politically correct to bury the N-word. I don't say bury nothing. They looked at us as niggas. They looked at us as our creation as we was niggas, and that's what it is. And then they grab certain people like this. Judge Glanville, right? Let me tell you about this man right here, right? We're going to ride. We're going to ride. I'm going to keep it 100 right now, because I'm going to wake y'all up with some shock factors, because I went through this same thing myself for over 2 weeks down in Virginia back in 1993, where I served 26 years and a half for a CCE, which is the kissing cousin to the RICO, and I went to trial, and I watched. They gave me one of these guys. You know what I mean? But he wasn't one of those guys. I ain't gonna say he was. He just didn't want to admit he was wrong for 20-something years, over 2 decades, that they found me guilty of being a CCE, which is a continual criminal enterprise. The Supreme Court said they had to unanimously agree on which 3 specific, meaning all 12 jurors had to agree on the same, 3 continuous series drug violations. And my judge said they could use anything in the trial they want to do, because it's a CCE, you're the leader, you're the boss, you're the head kahuna, so everything goes under the rug. Then the Supreme Court told them June 1st, 1999 in Richardson versus United States, nah, trigger, you wrong on that one. And then all of a sudden, for over 2 decades, that same judge, he sat there and he told me every time I filed a motion, you right, but there's no jurisdiction to allow you in to hear your motion to release you. Could you imagine what it was like for me to go to bed every night, knowing that the judge in my case said, I'm right. I should be celebrating with a round of applause. That deserves a round of applause. That's around. Hold on, calm down, man. Let me finish this joint, man. Let me finish this joint. Now, that deserves a round of applause. But then he hit the but word. Now, just so y'all understand, I learned this in psychology because while I was locked up, I decided to self-rehabilitate myself. And I took 3,500 hours of psychological training to find out why I'm screwed up. And the first thing they told me was to take accountability. That I made the choices to screw up. And that's why I take the accountability and apologize to the communities that I poisoned and the United States of America that took me to trial like they're doing Jeffrey Williams, a.k.a. Young Thug. This is what it is, man. They said take accountability. I found out why I was screwed up. I was screwed up because I was raised on the street, and on the street we have a different set of rules, a different set of code, because it was like the games we played as children that y'all don't play no more, thank God, because that helped to screw me up, you know, called cops and robbers. Nobody wanted to be the cop. Everybody wanted to be the robber. So we grew up to be robbers and law-breaking citizens. Now, they get you in the courtroom, right? So you understand. Let me get back to this, man. I'm riding enough. We're gonna do a whole lot of riding today, so you relax and enjoy the ride, man. Big shout out to Antone White, man, down there in D.C. Big shout out to 10 Toes Down. Go check out 10 Toes Down TV. That's my brother. So y'all understand. You understand what I'm saying? And, you know, and big shout out to Eon, you know, Williams with the DC Blacks. We got to get him props. Zeke Black, 050 the movement. Great entertainment. 050, no disrespect, big bro. That's what I take it as, entertainment, because you's a funny trigger. You know what I mean? And I love your content, you know? But you got to remember, he's an entertainer, and he's just giving you a good time, but he's speaking facts. A lot of things that 050 say. If you don't know who he is, y'all go check out 050. And another one that I watch, right? And they all beef, but I don't really give a crap. I just watch it for entertainment. Is the brother, what's his name? Zip with the Drip. You know what I mean? Hassan Campbell. You know what I mean? All of them, you know, got issues with each other, but they make content. That's what they do. They're great entertainers. They're great content creators. And they know how to deal with that lane, but I try and stay in the lane of talking to my people to give them the real on what's going on with what I've been through. That's it. So I can't judge their content and my content. Only person judges is God, not this house trigger right here. We don't listen to nothing he say. You know what I mean? Because that's what they do. Now, let me finish. The judge overseeing the case for 2 years has been ordered to step aside. Get off the case, man. You blew your cover, because now with new technology, they're allowed to have cameras in the courtroom. The same thing that this house trigger, this Oreo, is doing is the same thing that they do in any courtroom around the United States if you don't have no money. I made a comparison with Alec Baldwin and Young Thug last week, and y'all didn't understand it because y'all want the case to be exactly alike. Bottom line is they in the court and they get different rulings based on the bag and the color of their skin. Just letting you know what time it is. You understand what I'm saying? So now, following weeks of upheaved in the courtroom over uncooperative witness, Little Woody. You know what I mean? Little Woody. Now, let me go. I saw something that Woody did too. He's a funny dude. He's another funny dude. Like I said, you know, Little Woody said straight up, I've been lying, so I don't have an issue with Little Woody. Let me say that, you know, even though he told I got an issue with that. Let me make that emphatically clear, as the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said. Remember that word, emphatically clear. You know what I mean? I don't agree with him telling, but he admitted that, yeah, I'm telling, I'm lying, I've been a liar, and I'm going to continue to be a liar. And he's the one that's going to get Young Thug free. You know what I mean? This whole, Woody, you blew their whole case up. Man, I don't give a crap who don't like it. I'm a gangster from the street, and this is a gangster channel. Round of applause to Little Woody. He blew the case up. Round of applause. Round of applause, man. Round of applause. Come on, calm down, calm down. Y'all better share this video. Hit the notification bell if you subscribe and you didn't hit the notification bell, and subscribe and hit the notification bell. But check it out. Little Woody is one of those dudes. We had a dude like that on my case. A dude, even one of my co-defendants. I had a co-defendant, right? Let's ride. I'm going to show you how vicious and violent this thing get and how real it get. I had a co-defendant, right? I had a co-defendant that, and y'all ain't even gonna like this, but I'm just keeping it real. This is what happened in the streets. That's why I tell you don't be a part of the streets, because this ain't gonna be nothing nice. I got a co-defendant, right? It's a dude that they allegedly paid him to kill. He walked up to the dude and he said, this is my co-defendant, my homie, my friend. This is what I call friends. So y'all might think I'm crazy, but that's why I took 3,500 hours of psychological training. He walked up to a dude, right? And he said, man, you hear those fireworks? And dude said, nah, it ain't the 4th of July. I don't hear no fireworks. And he pulled out a magnum and blew his face off for the bag. See, not saying it's right. Just keeping it 100 because it's a gangster channel. So if y'all don't like it, I'm going to give y'all 3 seconds to tap out. All right? That's the 3 seconds. Now, you already know the routine. Take that with you on the way out. I'm going to keep it 100, right? Y'all ain't gonna like me saying this, but I'm gonna just keep it 100. At the time where I was at, I thought that joke was funny as a motherfucker. All we kept running around was saying, yo, you hear the fireworks? And everybody bust out laughing because we already knew what time it is. And the crazy thing is, to y'all in 2024, no one testified against him. No one went to rat him out. And y'all gonna say, oh, you dead wrong, they should have went to rat him out. Yeah, it's 2024 where everybody got a justification for telling, but I'm gonna tell you that, I thought it was funny. You know what I mean? So hate me if you want. That's some content for y'all to hate on me. Now, just keeping it 100. But that's why I'm telling the youth, don't get involved in the street because you don't want to be desensitized. Let me say it right. You don't want to be desensitized like me where you think it's funny a dude getting his face blown off. You know what I mean? Like my brother, right? I'm going to give you one. Let's ride. We ride. I'm going to just show you how screwed up I am in the head, right? My brother got 2 bullets in the head. You know what I mean? They bring me pictures, handcuff and shackle me to the table. And they laughing, right? This the same people. This house trigger type of people, right? They laughing that, and I'm going to say it, even though y'all don't like me saying it because y'all want me to say trigger and other things. They said the nigga is dead. I'm handcuffed and shackled. There goes a bunch of blonde-haired, blue-eyed Europeans around me telling me about my own brother. The nigga is dead. The fox hunt is over. I still have nightmares about that. They said the fox hunt is over. The nigga is dead. And I'm handcuffed to the table and I'm shackled to the floor. And they waiting on a reaction. The only reaction I gave him was, take me to my cell. At least the nigga ain't got to spend life in your prison. And they said, but, and this before I even got sentenced. Well, I just got sentenced. So they said, but you will. I said, but I'd rather do it than my brother. I'd rather do it than my comrades, because I'm the one that got caught. You didn't catch my brother, and my comrades didn't get caught. So they don't have to do it, so I could do my 26 years at the time. I could do my life plus 20 and pray to be released in 26 years after I rehabilitated myself and made amends with God for violating God's laws by poisoning my community. You can't get more realer than this. That's why I say this is a gangster channel. So you rat bastards, get up out of here, because y'all come up here faking ain't been through nothing, and then you want to judge a man like me. That's why I don't even respond, because you can't judge me. Only one man judged me. I welcome death. I welcomed my brother getting murdered. I welcomed my mother getting kidnapped, tied up, and pistol whipped and not calling the police because I slept good that night, knowing that I honored the code and I'm free to handle the business. You know what I mean? That's how I was raised. I don't want you like that. Because I'm not saying it's right. I'm not bragging. I'm not showing off. Yeah, I'm cocky, but you know, I'm from New York. This is how New York do. New York always been like that. And I know I'm always saying, I'm going to ride again, man. I'm going to ride again. I talked to my brother Peter Shue last night, right? And I'm talking to Peter Shue, and Peter Shue, he tell me about his case, his health, what's going on. And he said, Yo, Unique, you remember back in the days, and you already know in the phase, if you do something to anybody from any of the boroughs, all the boroughs come together, so it's always New York. I said, you're right, Peter. You know what I mean? I call him Peter, everybody else call him shit. So I said, you're right, Peter, but I call him Peter because that's my brother's name. Rest in peace, Peter. So I said, you're right, Peter. You know, I felt like I was talking to my brother. And Peter Shue said, we have to let the youngins know that New York is stamped worldwide. But for years, while I've been gone, it's been Harlem because they want to know about the Harlem kingpins because of paid in full. That's what these youth grew up under. But all the boroughs had kingpins, like the Harlem kingpins. And that's what I bring you on my show when I feel like doing an interview to introduce you to one of the gangsters, but y'all ain't really ready for it because y'all watch the interviews and you look for things to criticize about. Like, might be mad that I did Jim Jones interview, but Jim Jones wouldn't give y'all an interview. So now y'all mad that he didn't give it, so Unique is a scumbag. But that's social media. See, I learned that after 4 years out here. You understand what I'm saying? But, you know, that's where we at, so you understand. Now, what's next for the Young Thug trial, right? The trial has been paused for 2 weeks now and will resume only when a new judge is assigned. And I think I seen it come across my feed yesterday that they put another, what they call them? Trigger. Oreo, but a female in there so that you could try and restore faith in the justice system that is working right. When they got these kids that went to school, got bullied, I bet you the new judge, right? I'm going to just keep it 100. Now, even like these prosecutors, I bet you the new judge, the prosecutors, all of them trying to put Young Thug away down there, the females. I bet you every last one of them is the ones that had crazy babies in the kitchen. Used to get teased because they mama burnt their necks up. You remember them hot irons that burned their neck up. Their mama done burnt their neck up. They had to go to school with these burnt marks on their neck, and they cried so much their mama couldn't finish getting the peas out the kitchen. Then now they got the BBs, and the other girls got the doobies and the Shirley Temples and the hairdos and the fancy outfits, and they doing their thing. And here go these little prosecuting wannabe girls that say, I'm gonna get even with them by locking up all their men when I get older. So they went to prosecuting school. Now they look at Young Thug and they say, damn, he's one of the dudes that hang with the girls that tease me about the BBs in the back of my kitchen. For y'all that don't understand what that is, black people here is naturally curly, you know, so they want to be like y'all. So they take the hot iron and get mad. I said, y'all want to be like y'all. They take the hot iron and they try and get those little baby hairs in the back of the neck and burn the kid's head off. Now they got this burnt mark on the back of their neck because they mama want to get the peas out the kitchen. You know, that's how that go, right? Now, we know that we have the naturally curly hair, but they got us watching them on, at that time, their TV, and now it's their social media of what the Europeans' hair look like, and they say this is what it is. When I was growing up, if a dude was light-skinned with curly hair, they said he had good hair. When his hair came from our naturally curly hair. You understand the words that come out of my mouth? I'm giving you on some jewels right now. That's why the Cash App is on the screen. Make sure you hit the icon, the logo, when you go to Cash App, and it says it was created in 2020. That's why that's up there. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and all that on at Unique Mecca Audio. Right? So check it out, right? Here's what's next, because I'm done with the BBs in the kitchen. Y'all got the idea. Those girls right now, they just want to get even. Young Thug hang with the girls, school the girls, and got the girls loving them. Even the prosecutors' daughters are loving Young Thug and them. And they say, oh, now we got to burn his trigger head. Oh, he one of them that laughed at us when them girls teased us about the BBs in the kitchen. You know what I mean? So now this is where we at. So here's what's next, right? The move to, have Judge Ural Glanville removed, right, stemmed from motions that the lawyers for Young Thug, born Jeffrey Williams, a.k.a. Young Thug, and another of the rapper's 5 co-defendants in the sprawling gang conspiracy case after the judge met secretly with prosecutors and a key witness who refused to testify last month. Now, I'm going to get back on Woody. You know what I mean? I'm going to get back on Woody. Because remember, I gave him a round of applause so y'all can hate on all of that. Straight up, the dude say he stand up, did all that time in jail. Somebody tell him to give somebody a round of applause. I give him a round of applause, and I'm going to explain that later. And compare that with my co-defendant that threatened to do the same thing Woody is doing, but they wouldn't let him testify to do what Woody's doing. All right? I'm going to break that down. Just sit back and relax and enjoy the ride. All right? The defense lawyers said they should have been present for at least the or informed of the meeting, and they called it improper because they called little Woody in the back, you know what I mean, the Oreo on the screen, you know, Suge Knight Glanville. He threatened them, told them that you're going to sit in jail till this trial is over, and we're going to drag this joint out long as you want, and then you got to sit in jail for the other co-defendants that think they tough guys. You already know you told, stop faking, you know what I mean? And Woody is thinking, but damn, the camera's on me, I can't do that. But it's too late, Woody. We already see what you did, you know? And I'm going to show that I don't agree with what you did, but I understand what you did because I watched my co-defendants try and do what you did, but you succeeded with it. Because right now, by them bringing in a new judge, that opens the door for a mistrial and Young Thug to get a bond and throw a big party in Atlanta. You know what I mean? Even though they're going to put him on house arrest, you already know they're going to do that. You know what I mean? Now, right? Let me see. Okay. The defense lawyers, right? They said they should have been present and they wasn't even informed. Now, let's move forward. This is what's going to go on forward. The ruling by one of Judge Suge Knight Glanville's judicial, you know, colleagues disagreed with him, right? I couldn't believe she did it. She gets a round of applause. This European get a round of applause. But that go to show you, let me finish. Oh, my God, would y'all let me finish? These round of applause is killing me. Relax. Now, let me talk to let me talk to the house nigga real quick. You know, I mean the house trigger. Y'all don't like that. Let me talk to the Oreo real quick, right? Yo, Mr. Suge Knight Glanville, you think you're one of them because they allowed you to punish us. But in their eyes, you know different than us. You will always be a nigger to them, Mr. Glanville. It don't matter what color robe you come put on. It don't matter if they give you a platinum hammer. You're still just a nigga, Mr. Glanville. And that judge showed that when she went against you, when for years they've been going along with you because there wasn't cameras in the courtroom and the world wasn't watching. But now the cameras is there, so she said, man, I'm going to save my ass. I'm going to throw this nigga to the wolves and just keep it 100 like it's supposed to be, even though so many other brothers is locked up for damn near the same thing. You know what I mean? You just a nigga, Mr. Glanville. You know, just let you know what time it is, right? Now, we're going to move forward. The ruling, right? Like I said, she made that ruling. Now, this is what she said. She said, while the meeting, she's still trying to cover for you, right? Because she let you know that you just a nigga, you know, but we allowed you to be with us and wear our robe and play with our platinum hammer. This is what the judge said, right? That took his ass off the case, and she's under him. That's why I didn't think she was going to do it. So she's showing straight up, not that she got balls, but that, screw that nigga. You know what I mean? Just keep it 100. I know y'all aren't going to like this because y'all like when a nigga come up here and play these word games and use the N-word and be politically correct. Nah, my nigga, this a gangster channel, and I'm talking to the gangster youth out there. The youth use the word nigga, so I'm talking to my niggas that's watching and those that want to know how the youth think. You understand? Because I had to tap back into that because right now, you know, I'm a citizen, but I got to step into that role. Now, she said, while the meeting could have and perhaps should have taken place in open court, could have and should have, right, in open court, nothing about the fact of the meeting or the substance discussed was inherently improper. Judge Rachel Krause wrote in the decision. See how she's still trying to cover for you, Judge? That's so you keep being a good boy. It's just like when, my daughter's dog Ginger do something good. I pat her on the neck and I tell her, atta girl. And that's all Krause is doing. She patting you on the neck and say, yo, you screwed up, but you's a good boy. Atta boy. You get the next nigga that come in your courtroom. This one gonna go, but you gonna get the next 10 niggas and you can punish them all you want. We gonna ride with you because they won't be no cameras to watch it. Now, and it won't be a pit bull like Brian Steele, because Brian Steele get a round of applause, damn it. Brian Steele get a round of applause. We're going to keep that 100. Oh, man. I don't see it moving. I hope it's recording, but I'm not going to stop. I'm just going to keep it rolling, right? So it goes, but the fact that Judge Glanville defended his actions regarding the meeting, this is what she said, in court, and ruled on related motions instead of immediately referring those decisions to another judge meant that he should step aside or accuse himself for the fairness of the trial. He turned against you, boy. You know what I mean? Now, Judge Krause wrote, right? This is what she wrote, right? She also said, this court has no doubt that Judge Glanville can and would continue presiding fairly over the matter if the recusal motions were denied. The decision said, right? That's what she said. She said, he'll be a good nigga even if we move forward, but we're going to remove the nigga because y'all done caught us. Y'all done caught the hoodwink, as Malcolm X said. So we're going to remove this nigga and give y'all another nigga, but this time we're going to give you a female. You know what I mean? So maybe you like looking at her because, you definitely don't like looking at those prosecutors with the BBs all in the back of their neck because they never stood the test of time to take the hot iron. You know what I mean? So let's keep it real. She said representatives for the Fulton County District Attorney's Office and lawyers for Mr. Williams did not immediately respond to a request. I'll give a comment. What the hell is he going to say? They got what they wanted. Screw you. We already know that you're going to twist the words up, and you got the rat bastards that's going to make content about it and talk trash about Young Thug. Now, let me give you a brief history on this case, right? If y'all don't know about the Young Thug case. And I get the best commentary because I've been there, done that, so I can break it down in what they call layman's terms so you can fully understand it. Right? Now, check. In May 2022, right? Now, alongside 27 associates with violating, right? This Mr. Williams, right, was initially charged in May 22 alongside 27 associates with violating the Georgia State Criminal Racketeering Law, or RICO as it's called, which means Racketeering Influence Corrupt Organization Act. See, I know that by heart because these are things they try to get me with. The same statute used to indict former honorable President Donald J. Trump. Round of applause to Donald Trump. I know y'all don't like that either, but I don't give a crap. I really don't give a crap. You know what I mean? Donald Trump, the only one that got me and my comrades out of jail. If y'all don't like that, you tell me if a man pulled you out the belly of the beast after you're doing life with no chance of parole and got your black ass out. You understand what I'm saying? Would you sit and say you don't like him because you don't like the way he talk? Talk any way you want. Free me. You know what I mean? Free my comrades. And that's, I'm going to give him another round of applause. We're going to give Donald Trump another round of applause. And you see the way he handled that rally? You know what I mean? My man got shot, jumped up and said, fight. He's one of us, man, and y'all don't get it. Y'all used to seeing these fake politicians with the blue eyes, you know what I mean? And talking all sweet to you, promising you food stamps to pay your rent for the next 100 years. Just sit back and wait to vote every 4 years and every 2 years for the Senate. And they're going to pay your rent. That's how they've been treating you. Donald Trump came in Washington and exposed all that crap and said, nah, we going to get these triggers, y'all. Listen, I ask everybody, right? And I'm going to ask y'all this. How many people you know that had cars during the Trump administration? How many people you know had scooters during the Trump administration? How many people you know was wearing this fancy designer clothes during the Trump administration? And how many people you know now that's borrowing money from you during the Biden administration? But Biden talk real nice to you. He don't even come on the screen. He don't even talk to you. Y'all just know your country running. You say, I ain't got nothing to do with Washington. I'm going to do what they say. But then you got Donald Trump. When Donald Trump get in office, right? Not if. When he get in office, right? This is what's going to happen. I know y'all don't like me saying it, but it's just the facts. when he get in office, right, every day they're going to bring the camera, over, or well, not the Oval Office, wherever that conference room is, and they're going to give an update on what Donald Trump is doing. When the last time the president gave an update on what they're doing? Do you know what? So anybody put in the comments, what is it? What is the current president doing to help you? I'm not picking sides. I'm just, laying out the facts. What has the current president done for you? Or done, period? Put it in the comments. And then we're going to leave it at that for all y'all that's going to say I'm dead wrong for going for Donald Trump because he's putting in Project 25 and all this other stuff. You know what I mean? You go against a man, he make laws against you, and then you get mad because you want to be talked to nicely. You want to be talked to nicely and live in poverty. You know what I mean? Or you want a man to speak how we feel and you take it disrespectful, however, but you drive a new car, new scooter, fancy designer clothes, fancy designer bag. It's on you. Make your car. Just make it. You see how it is. Now, what happens from here? Right? Let me finish. Right? When the trial resumes following the assignment of a new judge, the prosecution witness at the heart of the disagreement with Judge Glanville, right, Kenneth Copeland, will likely continue his testimony, which has been, a turn of very dramatic, comical events. Man, thank you for the entertainment and thank you for blowing up Young Thug's case, Mr. Copeland. Thank you. Thank you. I think I'm going to do a whole video on you so that you understand I'm not, and everybody understand, I'm not against you. I just don't agree with what you did. But when you did it is right how you tried to rectify it, but there is no rectifying once you violate and sit down with those people when you're on the street. But the way you blew the case up, again, you deserve a round of applause. All this is because of Kenneth Copeland. Thank you, Kenneth Copeland. Thank you. We, the people of Young Thug supporters, we thank you. You know what I mean? Now, right? So, last month, Mr. Copeland was held in contempt and jailed for a weekend when he attempted to invoke his Fifth Amendment right against self-incrimination despite having been granted immunity. Now, right? He was then called to the meeting in Judge Glanville's chambers along with the lawyers and prosecutors to discuss whether he had been working behind the scenes with the defense and potential consequences, right, if he continued to refuse to testify. So in other words, they threatened the nigga to get on the stand and finish testifying. You know what I mean? And Glanville did that. This is what these judges do. But it's not televised. And everybody ain't got the bag like Young Bag got to put it out, put it up like he said. Just keeping it 100, right? In taking issues with the items, in taking issues with the terms of the meeting, Brian Steele, the pit bull, right, the lawyer for Mr. Williams, a.k.a. Young Thug, was held in contempt of court by Judge Suge Knight Glanville, refusing to disclose how he found out about it. Brian Steele said, man, I ain't no rat. I might represent a rat or two. You know what I mean? But I ain't no rat. You know what I mean? And I'm representing a man now, so I'm going out on man time. And then, right? And then next Brian Steele said, you want to put me in jail for the, 20 days, 10 weekends? Let me spend it with my gangster client so we can work on the case and get him out here. You can't get more gangster than that. Tell me you wouldn't want a lawyer like that to tell you, lock me up with my client so we could work on the case. He ain't bugged nothing. He just filed motions and everything fell into place to get him where he's at. Mr. Steele was sentenced to a maximum of 20 days in jail and asked to spend it with his client while he served his weekends in jail, right? To be served on the weekends, right? And Judge Glanville, he agreed. Thank you, Judge Glanville, for representing the gangsters. Now, the Office of Fulton County District Attorney Fannie Willis, which is prosecuting the case, had argued there was no need for Glanville to be recused. You're a prosecutor. And you're going against what a judge said. Didn't you see the way that European lady handled it when Alec Baldwin was, case was dismissed for prosecution misconduct, withholding the evidence? She said, I have faith in the court system. I might not agree with it, but I have faith in it. But now you're talking about, what should have never happened. Okay, this was Brian Steele's last day, because enough of her, right? Brian Steele, the lawyer for Young Thug, said in an email statement that his client is innocent and sought to be clear, to clear his name through a fair trial. And we know this Oreo wasn't giving him a fair trial, because they never give us a fair trial. So y'all don't go on the street, don't go break the law, because you're going to wind up in front of somebody like Glanville. And you're going to have prosecutors like Fannie Willis and the rest of them down there. And you're not going to win because it's not set up for you to win. It's set up for you to lose. It's not set up for justice. Lady Justice is peeking from under her blindfold while the court proceeding is going on, and then she tilt the scale to have her counterparts want to move. Now, sadly, Judge Glanville and the prosecutors have run circles with their duties under the law. They've been running wild under the law. We've been watching it on the news. So now they set a white woman in to put this brother in check. You know what I mean? And took his black ass off the case. You know what I mean? Let no sit back, nigga. When the cameras got in the courtroom, you should have tightened up. You didn't tighten up, so now we got to take you out to save our face. So that's what's happening. Steele said that he is grateful for the recusal order and looks forward to proceeding with a trial with a trial judge who will fairly and faithfully follow the law. Because we know this Oreo wasn't following the law. If he was following the law, he wouldn't be concerned with who told him. He would have just said, nah, I did it. Let me send it to another judge. And that's the same thing the judge that looked over his case. Let me send it to another judge, let them rule on it. And they could have ruled and did it any way they wanted. Because they roll with you. But if you would have sent it up, the public would have went with their ruling if they would have denied it and kept you on the case. But now, even though Ms. Krause wanted to, she couldn't support you, my fellow Oreo. She kicked it to the curb. Steele said, right. He said that, matter of fact, Kendrick's lawyer, right? Doug Weinstein also appealed Monday's ruling. Oh, man, okay. Doug Weinstein's statement, right? While I respect Chief Judge Glanville and his service to this community and the county, still playing him like he a good boy, he simply became biased over the course of the case, he wrote in his email. And that's all it is. As the case went on, you just wanted Young Thug to be convicted, and you thought it was going to be a slam dunk case. You go about your business and go on vacation with your kids by August. But instead, you're dealing with this. You got fired. Now you could go on vacation. You had to get fired to go on vacation because you're such a good boy, Glanville. You're a good boy. Like I do Ginger. You're a good boy, Glanville. You're a good boy. But get your black ass on the bench right now. You screwed up. You know what I mean? That's all that is, man. You know what I mean? Now, Doug Weinstein also said, he added that he looks forward to trying the case, right? Doug Weinstein, not Judge Weinstein, Doug Weinstein, he added that he looks forward to trying the case before an unbiased judge, like Glanville, you know what I mean? But said the only just outcome at this point is a mistrial and bond for Kendrick, his client, who has been jailed for more than 2 years. The mistrial is coming next, y'all. So Thug, get ready to come on. Mark my words, I'm telling you. The camera's on this. Under normal circumstances, without the camera, the nigga would have got found guilty, and he would have been up in Georgia State Prison somewhere. And if he didn't get life, the feds would have picked it up. Even after he beat this, and I'm not wishing nothing, I'm just telling you how these devils play. Because I had to play with the devil for 26 years. You know what I mean? And they don't play fair. Even after he beat this, they're going to let him relax for a minute, make a couple of records, and then bang, they're going to hit him with a whole new indictment. And sorry to say, Mr. Woody, they're going to put your ass on the indictment too. That's the way they work. They don't love none of us, dog. They don't love us, dog. Woody, they're going to put you on that indictment. So enjoy. I watched something Woody did yesterday called 20 verse, Little Woody. That's a good, I think it's on, I'm even going to give it a plug. I think it's on FBC on YouTube. That's the name of the channel. They got a joint, right? And the shit got mad views, right? Because they like that type of stuff. They don't want the real stuff that I'm giving them. So they give me a little 10, 20,000 views. And I'm good with that. Because out of 20,000, if I get 5 people to listen and wake up, if I get one person to listen and wake up, maybe God will forgive me for my sins of poison my community. Because that's the only person I'm looking for forgiveness from. Just so y'all understand. But this is real. This is life. This is the world you living in. Alec Baldwin walked out the courtroom for one motion foul. And y'all can play game. Oh, the case is different. No, it's not any different. Prosecution misconduct is the same thing that these lawyers, prosecuting attorneys down there in Georgia is doing. They've been committing prosecution misconduct. This that Judge Glanville did is also prosecution misconduct for the prosecution to invite the judge in to twist little Willie's neck to make him get on the stand. If you're not subscribed, subscribe. If you already subscribed, hit the notification bell. I'll say 3 more times. If you're already subscribed, hit the notification bell. If you're already subscribed, hit the notification bell. And now for the new people, subscribe and hit the notification bell. Cop the book of Rowan Harlem at rowanharlem.com. You know what time it is. And big shout out to all my peoples. We finally getting a win. I'm watching this trial like I watched the OJ trial. I don't give a crap if Young Thug is innocent or guilty. Yeah, I said it. I don't give a crap if he's innocent or guilty. I just want him found not guilty so one of ours could beat the system that we know is rigged, and they put so many of us behind bars with falsified evidence, with rat bastards lying testimony. And that's all I'm on. I just want one of ours to win. Kill me for wanting one of ours to win. Kill me for being so pro-black. Let's get up out of here, man. Been on here long enough playing with this thing. All right.
Cheers. Toast the crime.